hello whoever's watching. I'm just doing my Royal Rumble results from last night. Sorry, it's been a little bit too kind of late for it too. I'm only posting it right as soon as Raw's on right now, so probably in a couple hours I'll probably do another What Happened on Raw thing. But so yeah, Royal Rumble was pretty good. I have to admit, it was a lot better than the past couple of years. I have to. But, what's it called? Okay, well, I'll just go by match by match. Match of the night definitely had to have been Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose, which I had a feeling it was going to be when I was talking about it in the predictions video that I did. I'm like, yeah, it was like spots after spots. They gave him a good, like, it seemed like 25 minutes at least for the match. And then, like, hitting the first 5 minutes of the match, like, they already busted part of the, what's it called? The arena part. The part where the ring keeper, like, the timekeeper and all them are out. They busted that within, like, 5 minutes of it. Like, Kevin Owens did this, his rolling senton into Dean Ambrose and slammed him right into the thing and destroyed it. Oh, man, it looked like it was brutal. And, what's it called? So they pretty much ended by, it went a decent amount of time before they ended it. And I thought it ended it at a certain, like, pretty good spot. Like, the easiest way to, like, make Kevin Owens come out, like, good and strong. Same with, like, having Ambrose win. Like, it was like, it made them look both like they could do a lot for it, so that's never a bad thing. And then, okay, so then it was the New Day versus the Usos. The Usos, like, I was surprised. I thought that, like, I wanted the New Day to win anyway because they're, like, it sounded like when they came out, it sounded like they were getting a nice big pop. So it sounded like they're like, especially if they're in a different town or something, I could see that somebody could turn them face now, because it seems like that's what's happening. Like, they were kind of fighting with it, like they pulled out the trombone and named it Francesca 2, and then I didn't notice until like halfway into it they were talking about gold, something like gold rings and teeth and all that stuff. And I guess it was gold-plated for Francesca 2. I don't know what that had to do with anything, but so yeah, that match was pretty good. Like it was kind of, I wasn't really so like paying attention to it, mostly because I've been seeing the same matches, especially from them, like for the past like 3 or 4 weeks. It would be nice if they did something like the Last Man Standing match, where they would have done like another stipulation under it. Like, it would have been like elimination tag rules or something like that. Maybe they'll do something for that for Fastlane. Keep it different for the next pay-per-view. But the New Day won, which I could see that it, like, it's kind of predictable the way the WWE does this stuff so they can do the finishes and stuff. Not saying that it's totally a bad thing, but once you're watching like 20 different matches where they end it kind of the same way each Raw and SmackDown every once in a while, kind of gets boring. So, what's it called? I don't know. It was a good match though. I mean, like, I definitely think that was my second favorite match of the night. And then, what was the next one? Oh yeah, the Kalisto going against Alberto Del Rio. Well, of course Kalisto won, because I don't know what they were trying to do, where they had him lose it in like his SmackDown. I don't understand what they were trying to do. So pretty much he's 2-time champion now in the course of like 2 weeks. Like, I've watched certain other videos and they were talking about, like, it was making sure that he could handle it. I'm sure that most of the guys can handle it, but I just don't. I like to see continuity, and I don't think that somebody needs to like lose it straight away. I mean, it's kind of like how Kane ages ago, I forgot what pay-per-view it was on, but he won it over pay-per-view and then he lost it on Raw the next day. I mean, granted, it's not that big of a deal anyway, but I just get annoyed seeing, oh yeah, awesome, they finally gave it to him, and then, like, the next show that they did, he lost it. And then the next pay-per-view, he won it again. I'm like, okay, so what, are they going to keep on doing that? Or are they actually giving him a nice long run now? I think the only person that really did any justice for the United States title lately, though, has been John Cena with his open challenges, though. But still, pretty decent match. There was a couple of botches in it, but other than that, it was pretty good. And then the Becky versus Charlotte match was actually pretty good. Like, I have no idea why Ric Flair kissed Becky Lynch. Like, it didn't look like it was planned at all. It looked like he was trying to, like, get her and throw her off, but then all of a sudden he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna kiss her. I'm like, okay, this is super fucking awkward. And I think a lot of other people thought the same way, too. So, what's it called? Of course, Charlotte won out of, like, Ric Flair helping. But then the cool thing is, hopefully they'll start setting up a rivalry between all three of them, and eventually maybe next month or like WrestleMania. Like if they quit talking about the Divas Revolution, maybe they'll do a Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks versus Charlotte thing, like showing like all the people that they brought in. Now they're like all going for the belt. But like Sasha Banks came in, and then they were doing like the usual thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna help you, and then we kind of go back to NXT roots where like I forgot what the tag team name. I think it was the BFFs when they were in NXT, because it was Becky Lynch, or not Becky Lynch, but it's Sasha Banks and then Charlotte and then Summer Rae before she went to the main roster. But they were called the BFFs, so they kind of did that little twirl thing, or like whatever, however they do it. Whatever. But they did that thing, and then she's like, oh, okay, I'm leaving. And like, you would really think, I mean, I know if I was wrestling, even though that I'm like, you're supposed to put on a show and stuff, but sometimes you make it like so unrealistic, because seriously, if you know that somebody's coming after the title, especially when it's only one belt that they're going for, of course they're gonna fucking go after you. Of course they are. They're gonna. So she beat the shit out of Charlotte and put her in the bank statement. It's just always a good fucking finisher. One of the best finishers, especially for females, that I've seen for a long time. But yeah, so they're probably going to do something with Sasha going against Charlotte at Fastlane. It looks like they probably wanted to turn Sasha, because a lot of people have been getting behind Sasha lately. Like calling out for, oh, we want Sasha, blah, blah, blah. So, I guess that she heel, maybe it's two heels against one, I don't know. But anyway, now let's get to the Royal Rumble. So, the greatest thing was, I liked how they, like, Roman Reigns and Rusev were the first two, but then they kind of teased it as soon as number 3 came out. I had a feeling it was going to be somebody big, because they were just showing Roman Reigns for like a few minutes, even after like AJ Styles' music hit. But then I don't know about his music anyway, but whatever. But, like, it was cool that he came out and he lasted a long time. But then the only drawback was, that Triple H won. I just don't, like, I understand that they do it to make people hate him, but anyway, at the end of the video, like, I'll do a Raw thing in the next, like, couple hours or something. So, otherwise, you can like the video, or, like, if you want to subscribe to my channel, that's cool, but you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon.